Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Looks like we're 46 strong so far. Awesome. How's everybody's week been? Hey, Jeff, Charles, Nexus, WrestleCast. What's going on? So we have one that already ended, one giveaway that already ended, but we have two more left. I kind of staggered everything because last week and the week before, everything went off at like the exact same time. So it was just kind of hard to track everything. And then people that were just kind of jumping into the live that didn't know about it beforehand didn't have a chance to partake. So we have the next one going off in 23 minutes, and that is the Miyoo Mini Plus, which is a awesome handheld. And this one actually comes with the Onion OS software already, installed on it, ready to go. It comes on a SanDisk 128 gigabyte micro SD card. So I'm going to give you guys a link to that, and I'll probably throw you guys the link a couple times before it ends. So that's it right there. You should be able to click it right from the chat there. So let's dive right into it, and let's see who won the wireless HDMI transmitter and receiver. And I actually did this on the first giveaway that we did about 3 weeks ago now, I think. This is our third giveaway. And we're going to keep doing them every Friday. So the person that won the first time around never claimed it. I gave them, at this point, 2 or 3 weeks now. So let me see who won that. All right, we're going to pick a random winner here. All right, let me refresh. Jump to the wrong page. There we go. All right, the winner is Anthony Savala, and we have a username for him here on YouTube. We do not, but I have his email here, so I will reach out to Anthony if he's not in here. Let's see, is Anthony in here? Jumping over here to the chat. Doesn't look like it. All right, so next one is going to be, let me X that out. So on the Miyoo Mini Plus, we have 21 minutes and 42 seconds as of right now. I'm going to give you guys the direct link to that if you haven't already jumped on that. So congrats to Anthony. I'm going to reach out to him as soon as I'm done with the live today. So where's everybody from? Always like to ask you guys where everybody's from, and it looks like you guys are kind of handling that already over here. Did I already give away the Ace? No, I did not. The Ace is going to be up in 41 minutes. Tonight, I staggered everything just so everybody that's here live can partake. I know a few people reached out to me and said that they didn't know about the giveaways until the live last week. So everything ended like right at 8 o'clock. So I'm trying to just stagger everything out a little bit tonight. So Wyoming, Michigan, nice. Washington State, Florida, Vermont, Illinois, Canada, India, Beverly Hills, California. Nice. Ottawa, Chicago, Washington State, Tennessee, Metro Detroit, Southern California, Indiana, Texas, Atlanta, Illinois, Finland, Jersey, Sacramento, Florida. Nice. Boston. Awesome. Michigan. Always got a lot of guys from Michigan here. That's always good. Trinidad and Tobago. Very nice. UK. Nice. Always got a lot of people from the UK too. What time is it in the UK right now? I know we have a weird time difference. England, El Paso. What's going on, Kevin? It's because I'm a Tigers fan. That's good. Appreciate it. Definitely a Tigers fan. Hoping for a good season next year. West Virginia, Massachusetts. Nice. $1 a.m. All right. And you're in, scrolling back up. Where are you where it's 1 a.m.? UK? Thought it was more of a difference in time. Liverpool, nice. All right, so we have 19 minutes left on the Miyoo Mini Plus. So what's everybody been playing lately? What are some, have you been retro gaming or modern day gaming? What's everybody been playing lately? I haven't played much at all lately, in all honesty. Demos for review videos, that's about the extent of it these days. The last couple weeks have just been busy. 5-hour difference. All right, I thought it was more than that, but I guess that makes sense. Thumb of Michigan, nice. Used to live up that way as well in Michigan. Lego Fortnite. How has that been? I was playing Fortnite with my stepson last night, and we didn't jump into the Lego one though. We just did regular, and then we tried Zero Build a couple times as well. I've heard good things about Lego though. Maybe I'll try that later. PS1. PS1's a throwback. Awesome. All right, nice. So a little Grand Theft Auto. That's good. Finally modded my Wii, so I've been playing around with that. What have you been playing on there? Did you mod it to just cover GameCube and Wii titles, or are you doing more than just that on there? All retro Game Boy Advance, nice. I was playing some retro Game Boy Advance a couple weeks back. UFC 2009 Undisputed, that's a good one. That is a good one. Have you tried the new UFC? I think UFC 5 came out. Recently found an old DS and did some magic to it to play some Pokemon Gold and Black. Nice. I've got a DS here too, I think. I think it's got a crack in the, I was going to actually do a DS giveaway, but it's got a crack in the, one of the hinges. It still functions fine, but it's a little bit loose. But I was kind of bummed to notice that. Building my own arcade cab with Botacera Plus. Nice. I'm going to be doing that. I've been saying that forever, but I finally have somebody that's doing the graphics for the one that's usually over here. I moved it. It's across the room today, but I've been just finished doing my flooring in here yesterday. So everything got moved around. That's why it looks pretty sparse behind me right now. But eventually I will be doing that. I've just been waiting on graphics to swap out before I start taking all the buttons and joysticks out and modding everything out. N64, Wii, and GameCube mostly. Nice. Working on my 5 terabyte RetroBat build. PS2 specifically. Nice. That's a lot of PS2 games. Definitely takes up a lot of space with PS2. Not as bad as PS3 though. What else do we have? Completed The Simpsons Arcade on my PC yesterday using MAME. That's a great one. I played through that. I think when I was doing RetroPie setup, so a few years now, but love Simpsons Arcade. I was actually considering getting the Simpsons Arcade one up, but the trackball, which I love, was the deal breaker just because I didn't want to have like a permanent trackball. I wanted to be able to connect a trackball but not always have it on the control deck. Yeah, I finished the flooring in here. I got to do the cove molding. I'll hopefully tackle some of that this weekend. So little by little it's getting there. It's still a mess as I've had to just move things from side to side, but it's coming along. Pokemon Heart Gold 2. Take it. That's a pretty sweet setup there, Kevin. Anyone try Xbox developer mode running emulation? Has anybody tried that? I've actually looked into it. I haven't done anything with it, but I've watched some videos on it myself. Tempted to do it. Mad Vet Raider. What were you trying for 4 hours without any luck? Botacera? Magnetic posters. I'll have to look into that. Using an older gaming PC, running big box, running everything up to PS2. Retro gaming is life. Killer Instinct all the way. Killer Instinct's awesome. And that's actually can be a challenge if you're doing like the original arcade version to get going. You have to have some decent, not like super high end stuff, but you need some decent, either a decent computer board or mini PC, whatever you choose to use there. Simpsons Arcade is one of the GOATs. Absolutely. Totally agree with that. This thing jumped on me. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on Xbox Series X. Would have been playing Dolphin Blue on Battlestar 38. Nice. Good choice there. I dive into, anybody that watches my review videos knows this, but I dive into Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled constantly. I love that game. It's getting cold out this way. That's for sure. Officially in winter jacket mode. Resident Evil 4 remake. Nice. Dying for a good, cheap retro handheld that can play PS2 and GameCube. Or just break down and buy a Steam Deck. Steam Decks are nice. They're too big, in my opinion, just for me personally. I don't use handhelds a whole lot myself. I've talked about that in some of the videos that I've covered the topic on. But yeah, it's really big, and not that it weighs a lot, but I guess that's kind of what happens when you when you have something that has so much going on behind the scenes to handle all those games. You have a bigger size, I suppose. But thank you for that, Stephen. I appreciate it. Don't have much to say, but wanted to show love to your channel. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Stephen. I appreciate that so much. All right. Definitely goes a long way. Keep getting some stuff and doing giveaways, so I certainly appreciate the support there, Stephen. Let me see. Where are we here? So let me see. How much time do we have left on the Miyoo Mini Plus? We got 12 more minutes on there, and I'm going to see if entries have gone up. All right, nice. We got, looks like about 45 new entries on that one, so that's good. Love to see everybody taking advantage of it. Let's see. No luck on your PC. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Manchester, England in the house. Glad to hear it. Glad it's entertaining. Trying to try new things here, but I'm loving these giveaways. Honestly, it gives me something to look forward to every week. So I really enjoy jumping on here Friday nights. Usually I'm pretty mellow homebody, so it certainly works out. If I remember right, I got the Crash Team Racing and Tony Hawk demo at Pizza Hut back in the day. There you go. That sounds like a good time right there. As a kid, my roller rink had a Simpsons arcade cabinet. I always went to play that while everyone else was roller skating. I used to play a lot of games at an ice rink, and Gauntlet Legends was my go-to, of course. But they also had, I remember it's funny the things that we remember. They had Gauntlet Legends next to NBA Showtime with NFL Blitz, and then it was the Addams Family pinball machine. And then it was next to that, they had Cruisin' World. They used to have Cruisin' USA, then they swapped it out for Cruisin' World when that came out. And they had the 2-on-2 Open Ice Challenge, which was like the NHL version of NBA Jam. So those were all, I would just go down the line, whatever was available. But I remember that, what was it? Open Ice Challenge was like 25 cents. Everything else, I think, was like 50 cents. So when you were running out of quarters, you'd jump over and play some hockey. Have you heard of the Game Force Ace handheld that is supposed to be coming out sometime soon? I'd love to see a review video on it once it's out. I've heard some rumblings about something from Game Force. I'm not very much aware of it. I have an Amber Nick coming hopefully in the next few days, so I'll be doing a review video on that. I forget which one that is. I think it's the RG some number plus. I'm blanking on them because all of their models are like one number or letter off from each other, so it gets a little confusing. But I'm going to do a comparison video between the plus and the regular version, so that'll be something to look forward to. What else? Nexus, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I know it's a weird time for you right now, so thank you for joining us. Or not that it's a weird time for you, but it's a off hours time for you in India, so thank you so much for that. Let's see. Kevin, it's not messing up at 1080p. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. I don't know what was going on. I think it was just like a random issue because I tried to mess around with it that day. Didn't have any, success finding any issues or anything like that. I think it was just a weird YouTube issue. I'm gonna put it on YouTube because I haven't changed a single thing since then. Can't wait to get my at Games Adams Family for 4KP. Did you see that? I did not see that. I'm gonna have to look that up though. What's the strongest mini PC you recommend? Great question. Currently, it's still the B-Link Sur 6 Max. I actually ordered the B-Link Sur 7. They hit me back, I think 2 days ago and said that they were back ordered and did I want to hold out for it? So I'm going to get it. I guess it's going to be delayed a little bit longer with the holidays. I think what ended up happening with a lot of these mini PC companies is they oversold or they sold more than what they expected to with the Black Friday deals and the Cyber Mondays, especially on Amazon. Anybody that was on Amazon, their inventory just went down to like almost nothing. So I think a lot of the companies now are kind of playing catch up. So it looks like that's going to be delayed for at least a couple of weeks. So I was hoping to I was supposed to get it, I think today. And I guess they're not sure when it's going to ship now. So unfortunately, I can't test that. But yes, the Sur 6 Max is still my favorite. It's not a cheap mini PC, but actually, I'm going to actually look that up right now for you because I believe that I was recommending it to somebody a couple of days ago, and at least that day, it had dropped significantly in price, probably because the Sur 7 is around now. Let me see. So currently, that's too bad. It actually went back up in price. And the price fluctuations with mini PCs right now are pretty crazy. I'll give you guys a link to the what I think currently at least is the best mini PC. But honestly, the specs of that and the mini PC that I'm giving away tonight, they're not terribly far off. This is just a much more compact version. The one tonight is a mini tower, but it's still decent size. So the B-Link Sur 6 Max is definitely really compact. So I think that kind of makes me think more of it just because it can do so much, but it's still in that smaller scale. So one of your older videos where you mentioned Gauntlet Legends was one of your favorites, so I had to try it. I have to say it is definitely a great game, and I'm glad I found out about it. Thank you. Awesome. Glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, it's like one of those more casual games, I feel like. I mean, it's definitely challenging on like the boss levels, and there's some strategy involved, but I feel like it's one of those games you can just kind of dive into, knock a level off here and there, and then come back to later on. I struggle, especially lately. I have 3 kids, 2 dogs, and I'm juggling constantly a lot of stuff. So I'm not able to sit down and game for like hours and hours on end. So I look for things that I can dive into kind of more casually. So that's always a good one. But there's lots of good stuff. That's why I've played a lot of Fortnite lately with my stepson because it's something you could dive into and play a match. And if you're not feeling it, move on or play a couple matches. And it's not something that you really get sucked into for a long period of time. So that can be a challenge. Joseph, what's up? Joseph or Joey? What do you want me to say? I'll say Joey. By the way, I checked, and mini PCs are mostly not available in India. You have to buy it from off-brand websites like Desert Cart. If that sucks, they're not consistently in stock right now, and I think I just touched on that topic a little bit. So we got 5 minutes left on the Miyoo Mini Plus handheld. I'm going to give you guys a link to that again, just because obviously we've had some new people join us. You got your government name on here, Joseph. And Joseph's actually been on the channel before, so anybody that's new to the channel, go back a ways. I had Joseph on the channel a while back. Plug and play for running GameCube. Plug and play in terms of drives or like a plug and play console all-in-one setup. there's not that many that have it like ready to go on there. I'm not sure if that PS5 one, which I don't believe is on Amazon anymore. At least it wasn't a couple days ago. Somebody asked me about it. Let me look that up real quick. But I don't know if they had GameCube on that one. I do so many reviews these days. Everything tends to blend together. But let's see. Is it back in stock? No. Yeah, it is. I don't know if the price went up. I'm not sure if that was always the price. I don't remember if this has GameCube on it. I'll have to. The weirdest thing is when people ask me stuff and I have to go back and watch my own videos to answer people's questions just because my memory is so shot. But I want to say there's some GameCube on this. I'll give you a link to it. And my video may actually pop up if you scroll down on Amazon. My stuff's definitely been popping up a lot more on there. You can look into this for a plug and play. This is still my favorite plug and play console setup right now. But I'm not sure how much GameCube's on there, if any. I'll have to go back and watch my own video on that to, give you a solid answer on that. Mad Dog, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And all the top chat people tonight, thank you so much for, the tips and all that. It definitely helps with getting more stuff in to do these giveaways. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody for joining me tonight. I know you could be doing much more exciting things than hanging out with the retro gaming guy on a Friday night. So thank you so much for tuning in and, enjoying these giveaways with me. So we've got 2.5 minutes left on the Miyoo Mini Plus handheld. So again, I'll give you guys that link because I know more people have joined in. Let's see, what else we have here? And if I haven't answered your question, sometimes this kind of jumps on me. So if I haven't answered your question, throw it back into the to the chat. So I won't think you're rude or anything. Let's see. Great channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the kind words. What are your top choices for playing PS2? Mid-range in price. Oh, your English is good. So a mini PC that can play PS2 actually won't cost you that much. I'll send you a link right now to, even if you don't get this exact one, the specs of it will line up with what you would need. And I love doing the lives on here because when people ask questions like this, I can just literally jump into a new window, look something up, and directly link you to that. So it saves time if I try to get back to everybody that emails me as well, but this is obviously, much quicker and more efficient. So mini PC. Let's see. Somebody just asked me that. So what are you looking to spend in terms of a mini PC? I'll give you like the most budget-friendly options, and you can look into those. But I mean, you can certainly go more high-end than what I'm going to send you. But these are pretty mild in price. Being, $150 or so is what I consider to be pretty mild. And I think that's good for a mini PC, in all honesty, because you got to think a Raspberry Pi 4, back when that was like the go-to for emulation, this is a good option right here. And then I'm going to give you one more link as well. A Raspberry Pi 4, you used to pay $55 when it, first released, and, people weren't all hyped up about it. And then once they started having those issues with supply, the supply kind of dried up on there. People were paying like $175 to $250 at the height of it just for a single board. And then you had to go out and get a cooling fan case, accessories. It didn't even come with the power supply cable. So now we can get a mini PC capable of so much more for $150 to $175 at the most for something that still is light years above what the Raspberry Pi was possible of or capable of getting into. So those options are both well under $200, so you should be in good shape there. Retro Gaming Guy from Mad Dog. And sorry, I didn't see your question. Sometimes it just pops up with your name and the amount that you sent. But have you ever flashed a SSD that is inside an older laptop to strictly just boot to play games? Not like, did you leave it? Are you talking about flashing it while it's still installed or removing it, flashing to it? I haven't done much with laptops in general, so I can't say I've done that, but I've flashed to older drives inside desktop PCs, and generally that's a relatively good experience. and I'll look for your response to that. Removing it. Okay, so you removed it. Yeah, I haven't done it with a laptop, but I have flashed to it. I've flashed to older drives on desktop PCs, which I mean should be the same sort of situation. If you're having an issue, shoot me an email because I'll definitely try to help you out with that. You flashed who? What is the best not too expensive light gun setup at the moment that will work on Bottom 38? Light gun setup as in light gun controller? Or drive setup? What do you mean by light gun setup? You can get some images on Arcade Punks. I don't not all of their stuff is I'm not crazy about everything from Arcade Punks just because I've had some good experiences, I've had some bad experiences. It's kind of hit or miss. But worth checking out there. Robert, I want to thank you for everything you've taught me from your videos, sir. Absolutely. Glad that worked out. The older stuff that I did on the channel was mostly more tutorial based. Now I'm reviewing more stuff because I feel like with Bottasera and RetroPie, I feel like I touched on like everything I could, and a lot of that stuff can be used on other, different platforms as well. How long will a mini PC last me? So mini PCs are still relatively new, and now that we're seeing, the improved performance on them, I'm not sure anybody has a solid answer to that. I mean, they should last you a long time, especially if you're just retro gaming on there. You're not, you likely aren't, using anything on the internet really. So you don't have to worry about, it's not like if you're surfing the web and you have to worry about viruses and stuff like that, which certainly have an impact on things. So, I mean, theoretically, it should last you a really long time. Like if you're putting it in an arcade cabinet, for example, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't last you. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what, I couldn't give you a solid idea, but it should last you a really long time. I'll put it that way, because there's not anything that's really going to impact anything negatively. And Mad Dog, where your comment just jumped here. Has to be the same. Cool deal. I have a couple for the grandkids, Yeah, if you're having any issues, Mad Dog, just shoot me an email because I'll be happy to at least try to point you in the right direction. Sometimes I can give people links to like tutorial videos that I've done if I think anything is going to kind of line up with what I've talked about in the past. So the Miyoo Mini handheld giveaway has officially ended here. So I'm going to give you links to the next one, which is the big one today. This is the mini PC, which honestly isn't that mini. It's one of the larger mini PCs out there. So this is for the mini PC, and we'll announce the winner momentarily. Joseph's been here. Yes, he has. Great channel and content, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate that. What did I miss? We gave away the receiver, HDMI receiver, which is a great way to wirelessly connect, a console to like a TV or a computer to a TV. Who would make the best video game soundtrack? That's a pretty good one. There's some great, especially in retro gaming, there's some great titles with great soundtracks. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 comes to mind for me. That's like my childhood in gaming and music all rolled up into one. You've got some really cool rock bands on there: Rage Against the Machine, Papa Roach. What else is on there? Public Enemy's on there. Anthrax is on there. I just watched a documentary on Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. Actually, it's on the entire series of games, but I think it focuses mainly on the first two, and that's awesome. And they talk about the lost my train of thought reading comments. They talk about the soundtrack and like the different artists that they chose for that too, quite a bit. So who would make the best video game soundtrack? I don't know. That's a tough question. Mick Jagger versus Alice Cooper versus Steven Tyler. Longevity, Mick Jagger, I think. Alice Cooper's still kicking. I saw him recently. I don't know. Mick Jagger's better, I think. Steven Tyler's barely able to hang on these days, it seems. I'm a big Steven Tyler fan, though. Actually, like all of them. I've seen all three bands quite a few times. Depends on how many times you drop it. That's a great response. And if anybody, I'm going to pull the winner for the Miyoo Mini Plus, but if anybody asked a question I didn't answer, I'm not trying to be rude. Just ask it again in the chat there, because sometimes this thing just jumps and it's hard to follow all the questions and comments. Excuse me. All right, so Miyoo Mini Plus handheld. I'm going to draw a winner. So we had, let's see, 889 entries for that one, it looks like. We're going to draw one winner randomly. All right. Let's see who the winner is. And this is for the Miyoo Mini. And here's the receiver that we did earlier. Here is the Miyoo Mini Plus. And that, again, has the Onion OS on the SanDisk micro SD card, which is awesome because the stock micro SD cards that came on those were absolutely garbage. So not necessarily the software, but like the brand on them. So, oh, it's another name that is a challenge for me to pronounce. Ilker Yoldas. I'm going to copy and paste this one. I swear everybody that wins, for the most part, there's been one or two that have had an easy to pronounce name, at least for me. I'm not saying everybody's a challenge for everyone, but this is your winner for the Miyoo Mini Plus. Ilker Yaldas. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. So I apologize if I'm butchering that. So I will reach out to him, and he's actually in Turkey. So I don't know what the time difference is there, but I'd imagine it's early in the morning. So I'm not surprised if he's not with us tonight, but congratulations, Ilker. I'll ask my questions once all the giveaways are done. Stay back for 20 minutes. Okay. What's the best mini PC for price and performance? So best mini PC, B-Link Sur 6 Max is my favorite as of right now. But you asked for price too. So for price and performance, oh, I'd have to go back and watch my videos. Honestly, the one that we're doing a giveaway on is a great option. I think that the one I gave away last week, which was the Paladin HA4, was a great option. Prices fluctuate. If you can get them on sale, they're at a phenomenal price point. The HA4, though, I know they've had issues with keeping up with inventory. So let me look that up and see what they're priced at right now, because I just did a review video yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And I told people I was going to stop quoting prices because I feel like as soon as I confirm a price for people, it totally changes. All right, let me look it up this way. But yeah, the HA4 is awesome. Oh man, the price went up on that. All versions are no, there's one, I guess 429 and 459. Let me see what the RAM is on that. They don't make it easy because sometimes they have different graphics on them or different RAM as well. So this one's, I mean, it's 459. It's not ridiculously expensive, but it's honestly, it's not far off. Not that it's unfair. It's not an unfair price point, but it's not, the most affordable option. It depends on what you're looking for, I guess, in terms of what collections you want to dive into. Chloe says hi again. Hi, Chloe. Chloe's my daughter. And Erin is my wife. So, hello. What else we have? Prices change faster than newborns' diapers. Yes, they do. They're up and down. What do you recommend for emulating PS3 and Xbox 360 $500 limit? The link that I just saw your comment now, but the link that's literally the next comment down is a great option. It's under that. It's barely under that 500, but it's under it. Xbox 360 is tough, though. It depends how you want to dive into Xbox 360 emulation. If you go through Windows, that's probably your best bet. If you jump in through Batocera, it's actually just a terrible experience. So I wouldn't recommend going that route. That's why if I'm ever in Bada era, I don't usually jump into a lot of Xbox 360. It's just not great for most titles. I won't say, you can't get into some. You certainly can, but most of them aren't a great experience. Do you ever remove those? Do you ever review those multi-terabyte drives full of games we see on Amazon? Yes. Do I have one right here? I'm doing one. That's my next video, actually. I've reviewed a couple of them. Mobile Decay, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I review them here and there. They're hard to keep up with only because they don't last long on any platform. I guess AliExpress, they'll last pretty well on, but there's so many of them coming out now. It's tough to, Joey says, hi, Chloe. It's tough to track all that. So like with Amazon, you'll have something that lasts for sometimes it seems like 6 months, and then sometimes there'll be some that last like 3 days. So it's tough to kind of time that out right because obviously they're controversial, and I guess it depends on what they have on there. I think the older games, the companies don't really care so much about. Like if it's got a lot of NES and Super Nintendo, they probably don't care. It's the more ballsy ones that have like Nintendo Switch on them. I can definitely understand why something like that would be, problematic to these companies. So then they put the pressure on Amazon or whoever, owns the site, whether it's eBay or whatever, to remove stuff like that. So yeah, it's dicey, but I check them out here and there. For the mini PC, I have my fingers crossed, toes crossed, eyes crossed. Best of luck. Problem with our RPCS3 is it doesn't emulate all games, even if you have a Beast PC. Absolutely, there's definitely limitations with that emulator. Same could be said with the Xbox 360 emulator. There's a few that are like that, but the RPCS3 has definitely gotten better. And the cool thing about them, though, is they have the website where you can go in, you can actually check out each title and see what the performance is like on it. So you don't have to waste all your time diving in, just to be let down in the end. So if there's only a couple titles that you care about, you can look them up and know, whether they're going to work or how well they're going to work. So that's good. At least I'll give them credit there. But yeah, it's hit or miss with some stuff. It's definitely heading the right direction, and they do seem to be improving quicker than some of the other options out there. Even Xbox Originals emulator, in my opinion, isn't great. So let's jump over here. Let me see what we have left for time on this mini PC. So we got 6 minutes left. Let me just verify that that's correct. And I'll give you guys the link for that again for anybody that, is just joining us. This is for the mini PC giveaway, which I also have right next to me. I'll show you guys. It's a heavy one. This is it right here. So it's a mini tower style mini PC, but you can get into AAA titles on there. So it really is a powerhouse. And I didn't expect it to be as good as it is. I am a big fan of AceMagician, but yeah, it's definitely capable of a lot. All right, let me catch up on some comments here. Mark in the UK, thank you for tuning in tonight. Joey, she wants to come to your bounce house. All right, let's see. Congrats to Ilker. Yes. I just received the Kinhang 12 terabyte HDD, waiting to win the mini PC to try it out. Nice. What did the 12 terabytes, what did that cost? Just curious. Best of luck. Not much, Jesse. How you doing? Have you tried the RetroBeast 4 terabyte mini? Have I? That's a good question. I've tried two or three of his setups. Let me see. You have too many videos when you have to go to YouTube and you have to search your name and products to see if you've reviewed it or not. Just because his stuff is actually kind of hard to track, just because they sound so similar. Yes, I did. And I will give you the link now. And I do like all of Chris Coolmod's stuff, and he makes the RetroBeast products. The only thing I'll say is that, and I'm going off of other people's, messages to me on this. he evolves all of his stuff pretty much constantly. Like every month he updates his builds. So that's cool for people that want the option to update that already have purchased. But what I think it kind of causes an issue with is that, if somebody sees my video reviewing his products, they expect to receive the same thing that I received, which makes sense. But because he's always updating things, you got to think let me see how long ago that video was. Let me click my own link to you guys. Hopefully that doesn't throw this off. It didn't. Okay. So this is 5 months old. So he updates every month, even if it's a minor, adjustment. You got to figure 5 months. He's updated that particular build 5 times. It could be totally different than what I reviewed 5 months ago now. So I think that can become a problem sometimes because, again, people are seeing my video or other people's video reviews of it, and they're expecting the same, experience. And as it, evolves so quickly, it may be so different. So my experience was always good with his stuff. I don't know, where things are lined up these days. Jesse used to watch your DK Oldies videos earlier this year. Did you enjoy those? I haven't covered DK Oldies in a while. A lot of people have been asking me to chime in on DK Oldies because it's not being as widely covered. I know Heck and Steve does a DK Oldies video every now and then, and it's always very good. But yeah, I haven't really commented on them in a while. Any tips on using the Powkitty X70? That one's not bringing back any memories. I'm not sure if I've done that. Ilker is here. Nice. I don't know if you commented before, but congratulations. And if you didn't know, you won the Miyoo Mini Plus. So that's awesome. PS5 emulator. Is there a PS5 emulator? I don't think there is right now. When we see stuff advertised as PS5 emulators, it's usually PC versions. So, that's dicey because some people think that's not true emulation of the, actual titles, which I guess technically it's not. If they work in the end, it is what it is, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, it's not the actual versions. Max Payne PS2. I don't know what that was in relation to, but I like that game. Pie in the Sky bought the Kinhank 12 terabyte retro hard drive. Had to return it because couldn't get the software to run or boot properly. That sucks. Did anybody say what that cost? I'm not seeing that. I just bought a Dreamcast from DK Oldies. Charles, what was your experience like with that? I actually, when I was doing their review videos, I thought about buying a Dreamcast. Can't you use the ROMs from the Kinhank drive elsewhere? You certainly could. You could extract those right off of it. I mean, it has to function properly. I don't know if it was for Pie in the Sky. Oh, there we go. Pie in the Sky. I paid about $315. Excuse me, $315 for mine. That's not a bad price for 12 terabytes. And it's a hard drive, right? It's not an SSD, I assume. Joey misses you. Yes. I haven't seen Joey in a while. What mini PC and preload drives would you combo? That's a great question. With the drives, honestly, everything that I've tested out has been great. It just depends on what you're looking for. So my advice would be go through the review videos, whether they're mine or somebody else's, it doesn't matter. See what each one offers. They usually don't have game lists. Actually, it depends where you go. If you go on like Amazon for them, you usually will not find a game list because they're not happy to really provide you with all that. If you go with Retro Beast, he's more than happy to, give you all the details on what he's including. Probably says more than he probably should, but it is what it is, I suppose. Let's see. So yeah, you just go through and see what each one offers because everybody likes different things. Like I reviewed one 2 weeks ago, and a lot of people were really impressed with it. And my review of it was good because it does exactly what it's supposed to do. I wasn't crazy about the game selection on it necessarily, but that's my personal preference. So, everybody's different there. I saw something about the 96 terabyte, and then it jumped here in the chat. Where did that go? Was somebody asking if Steven, Retro Beast overall, it is fun to tinker with and quickly switch between games. The 4 terabyte is like 280 American, worth it. Yeah, I agree. He's got a pretty solid selection of titles too. Somebody had said that a recent update removed like a lot of PS2. I'm not sure if it's on the 4 terabyte or I think it was on the 4 terabyte. He said that the update had removed like almost all the PS2 titles, which is crazy to me if he removed all the PS2 titles, because that would be, for me anyways, one of my favorite collections. So I'm not sure if that was true or if maybe he had a bad update, but yeah, that's definitely something I would want personally. What are your best game suggestions for each system? Oh, we'd be here all day with that one. Give me like a certain collection, and I'll give you some titles or a couple collections. Each system, we could be here till tomorrow. Let's see. I hate when this thing jumps. I'll be like reading a comment and then it jumps and I can't find the comment anymore. So again, I said it before, I'll say it again. If you guys have asked me any questions that I didn't answer, just ask them again because I'll eventually find you. Are there any worries of getting, don't jump. Are there any worries of getting viruses from the plug and play system drives like in Hank? And yes, I mean, there's always concern for that. I would say, and what I actually recommend to people is, and I think I'm going to start covering this in the videos, I've never found any viruses on any of the ones I've tested out. That doesn't mean that, nobody will find viruses because these are not made, they're not making 20,000 of these and stockpiling them. A lot of times they're made to order. So you certainly will always have risk there. You can scan it with, different softwares to see if there's any, Trojans on there or malware or anything like that. So I always recommend doing that. But if you may have to, excuse me, you may have to go in and add drivers, and usually they'll provide the files for those. I would say look up the drivers that you would be downloading from there and find them yourself. That would kind of be, a good way to potentially eliminate some of the risk. But yeah, to answer it quickly, yes, there's always risk, anything like that. Would you ever get a face tattoo? Mobile decay? No, I would not. I have pretty much every area for the most part tattooed. That sounded weird. Not my face though, or my neck. I would consider my neck, but my wife's probably somewhere in the chat right here and she'll chime in on that. But no face tattoos. Let's see. Nah, he won't ever. Joey's going to chime in. What else do we have here? Loaded drives can be had from Etsy. Some will show a game list. That's good information. I've heard a lot of people. I've actually bought quite a bit on Etsy, but not much for gaming, oddly enough. So maybe I'll have to start checking into that a bit more. I like Etsy because it gives like more independent people a platform, whereas eBay and certainly Amazon, but even eBay has become a lot of, businesses of all sizes. I mean, even DK Oldie sells on eBay. DJ, I'm reading your comment now. I've been finding that Windows 10 will boot Batocera from an external drive, but Windows 11 doesn't like booting Batocera from an external drive, even when secure boot is disabled. I haven't had any issues with Windows 11, honestly. There are some weird workarounds. So I'll tell you what, if you send me an email and if you can, screenshot like where you're running into issues, like when you go in and you make adjustments to your boot order and all that, and I'll try to point you in the right direction. Um, yeah, there's each PC kind of has a different layout in there that you have to navigate. So I've found the workaround for most of them, but not every PC has the same exact menus and all that stuff. So I can kind of point you in the right direction. So definitely send me an email and I'll try to help you out with that. Sorry, I missed the results. Trying to send. All right. Um, did somebody want to know who won the? So the Miyoo Mini Plus was won by Ilker Yaldas, and I could be butchering your name. I know you're in the chat, so if I'm butchering your name, I sincerely apologize. And the wireless HDMI transmitter receiver was won by Anthony Savala. And I believe now the AceMagician, the mini PC that I think everybody's waiting for, has officially ended. So let's dive in and pick a winner for that. And I know a lot of people have said, pick me, pick me. I don't pick these. I have a random, like, it obviously records every entry and I can randomly just draw a winner. So I think that's the most fair way to do it. So just to clarify that for everybody that's wondered. So I just randomly I set it to draw one winner. If I ever have multiple items, I'll certainly draw multiple winners. So let me refresh this and we will get the winner of the AceMagician mini PC here, right here. All right, let's see who won it. All right, another one, which is going to be a challenge for me to pronounce. Kevin Takai. And I am going to copy and paste this because I could be saying it wrong. I swear it's never like a John Smith or a Brian Wilson or like any of that. Whitman. Just jumped back over to the chat and saw Whitman's name. What's going on? Did you get your so Whitman won last week or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. He was our double winner. So did you get your stuff and how did it work out? And the NFL Blitz cabinet is just over there. I actually redid my floors down here yesterday. I finished. So I had to move everything around. Literally just moved the desk back late last night. And that's pretty much all I have here. I don't know if the camera will drop down, but I don't even have my cove molding up yet or anything. So still in work in progress here. I haven't moved everything back yet, but it'll be back soon. Setting one up now. Nice. Put them to good use. All right, let's see. Francois, no issues. Booting Bottasera on Windows 11. Yeah, I haven't either. There's sometimes it's just the navigation in the different menus that can be a challenge, but yeah, I haven't had. I think there's been a few that took me a little while to figure out. Tech and Steve, what's going on? I got to jump on Fortnite with you soon. All right, catching up on these comments here. Charles, do you have any experience with emulating the let's see. Sorry, I jumped again. I don't have experience with that one. I'll have to look into it. Digitizer, what's going on? All right, I'll hit you up later, Steve. I haven't been on in a while. I just played last night with my stepson. I had to do the update and all that, but we won one match. It was all him though, I'll be honest. People are dropping off. Stay back. We'll chat. Jumping off. Yeah, we dropped down a little bit here, but we just did the last winner. So I'll stay on with you guys for a little bit longer, answer some questions. Always a good time hanging out with you guys. Do I play War Thunder? I do not. There's so many games that I look up and I want to dive into, but it's a challenge to find the time. So I'll have to look into that one. I've heard of it, but I haven't played it. Whitman, one's going into an arcade cabinet. My wife is getting me for Christmas. Which are you getting a custom cabinet or are you modding an arcade one up? And then your son's going to get the other one. He's learning to code. That's awesome. That's a great use for him. Need to show him Rust. I've checked that one out. I haven't played it, but adulting is rough. Yeah, it's a real challenge for me. I'm not great at adulting. My wife will tell you about that. Have you tried auto chess for Android? I have not, I don't think. First PC. That's good. How old's your son, if you don't mind me asking? Always good to learn how to code. I never learned myself. I've done some stuff, but nothing impressive. Looking to get a racing wheel to play. Let's see. Arcade racing games. You know, if the Thrustmaster TS300 would work, it should. I've heard good things about that. What are you going to be? What are you going to be gaming on? Like what setup? PC or consoles? But I've heard good things about that one for sure. Congrats to all the winners. Yes. So he's 9. That's awesome. Start him young. Have you played Perfect Dark PC port? It's amazing. Just Google it. I have not. I just played Perfect Dark the other day though, and it had been like 20 years since I actually played it. I haven't been back in that in a long time. Actually, while we're talking about Perfect Dark, let me look up that. There's a channel that does. It's actually one of the channels that I watched, and when I was first getting into doing YouTube videos, this was a channel that I watched all the time. And he actually subscribes to my channel now. And I talked to him very briefly, maybe a month ago, and he's just starting to get back into YouTube. I want to see if I can find his video because he has a video on Perfect Dark that's absolutely amazing. And the channel, I believe, is Wrestling with Gaming. But he would do these. Yeah, he's got this video called How Perfect Dark Surpassed GoldenEye on N64, and it's absolutely amazing. And he's got a video that's called The Making of the N64 Classic GoldenEye. He's got some really cool, like documentary style videos. So I'm going to give you guys a link to that. Not that you asked me to, but I'm going to force feed you guys some content today that's not mine. He just does such amazing videos. I know he kind of took a break from YouTube for a while, but he said he's coming back and he's going to do some more stuff, and he just does amazing content. So check that out. His documentary style videos are just really interesting. But yeah, you said Perfect Dark, and I went off on a tangent, so I apologize. And for anybody signing off, thank you so much for spending the time tonight and hanging out. Appreciate that. I know we're dropping off here. I'll jump out of here myself shortly. We could do a call in live stream like a radio show. That'd be cool. I have to figure out how to do that, but I would definitely I'd definitely like to do that. From your biggest fan in Canada, thank you and hope you had a great night. Thank you so much. I've had an awesome night hanging out with you guys. And while I have at least 100 of you guys left here, I'll probably do another 10 minutes or so and then I'll call it a night. But we have some giveaways for next week. So usually I bring them closer and I'm looking across the room to see what I'm going to be giving away. But I've got some laptop screen extenders that I want to do a giveaway with. I've got another mini PC. In fact, it's going to be the mini PC that I reviewed yesterday. So I'll provide you guys with a link to that, and I'll add all this stuff to my website for the giveaway entries and all that stuff like I've done the last couple of weeks. But let me jump over and I'll give you guys the link to the video review I did yesterday because it's an awesome mini PC. Very much in line with the one that we just gave away tonight. All Where is the video? Here it is. All right, so I'm going to give you guys the link to the mini PC that will be given away next weekend, or next Friday rather, and it'll be, same time, same place. We're going to keep these giveaways going every single Friday. And as long as you guys keep tuning in, that's all I ask, because now it's been really cool that the companies have started to pick up on this, and they're sending stuff out specifically for me to do giveaways with. So that's cool. Everything so far has been stuff that, I either got myself or that was given to me for reviews in the past. But now they're starting to reach out, and they're talking about, a few of them talking about sending me multiple PCs, multiple drives, stuff like that. So hopefully in the near future we can do sorry, I was just reading a comment. Hopefully in the future we can do multiple winners for the same item. So I'll have 2 mini PCs instead of 1. So we'll see what we can do here on this giveaway Friday sort of thing that we're doing. YouTube keeps silencing you with ads. Oh man, sorry. I get a notification on here, but a few people have told me that it doesn't always line up. I get it at like weird times. So if you missed anything I said, I guess you can't ask me what I said because you won't know what I was saying. Will you show us the room and your plans with it? I'll show you next week for sure, because I'm just finishing everything up, and I'm actually waiting on a new camera too, which will give me the ability to, I'll be able to like manually control it and stuff. It'll be a camera that I can do these lives with, but also film my regular content with. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm on an iPad, so no ad block. Got it. I recommended your channel to a AceMagician seller on AliExpress. AceMagician seller on AliExpress. That sounds familiar. Thank you for recommending it. If anybody is willing to share, my content or these giveaways, it's a huge help to the channel and to everybody. Because as I said before, we're starting to get attention from these companies that are manufacturing mini PCs now. So, if they can send me a few mini PCs that I can do giveaways with, then we can kind of, share the wealth a little bit, and we can do multiple winners for the same PCs. I think it'll be a really cool way to do things. So, all right, let's see. I'll let Razor know about you. Appreciate it. You tried the Chris Shaw Hyperspin drive. I have not. Robert, thanks for the fun live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in, Robert. Appreciate that. So we're still 86 strong here. We'll do a few more minutes. Thank you for doing actual giveaways. Most giveaways on YouTube are fake nowadays. Yeah, I agree, Ethan. A lot of them are just like publicity stunts, but yeah, these next week when I can actually turn the camera around easily and, I have this place cleaned up and finished off because I've been working on this, I'll show you guys. I have a shelf over here that's just got tons of stuff on it that I've reviewed in videos. And I also do a lot of review videos outside of YouTube for Amazon. And I keep that totally, separate from this channel. So I get a lot of free stuff, and I get a lot of stuff that I also pay for too. But giving back is something that I'm really passionate about. And I love that you guys have supported me here on the channel. So I want to do, the best I can to share all this stuff with you guys. So the idea came around that we could do like auctions and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people are using, what's that auction app that one of the founders reached out to me a couple months back. If Steve was still in here, I could ask him, because who was doing it the other day? I think Chase was doing it on, is it Chase or Caleb? One of those guys was using it. Anyways, it's a platform where basically people can do their own auctions and stuff. And I was like, I don't feel right about charging people for stuff that, sometimes I get for free. I would rather just give it away. So that's what I decided on. So here we are. And I love doing this now. We're like three weeks in, I think. I've seen you on Amazon. Nice. Yeah, I like Amazon's setup now where video reviews and stuff get attached to product listings. So I have a lot of stuff that's not gaming related on there. And my daughter's been doing some stuff on there too for a couple clothing companies and stuff like that. So it's cool. And for me, it's great practice to try to get better at this video thing. I have no background in creating videos. So if I can get experience without torturing you guys, with covering new things, I'm happy to do that and try to learn and better myself, with all this stuff. So, what got you famous in the first place? I don't know if I'm famous, but I appreciate that. What got you famous in the first place was when you were the Retro Pi guy, but then the Raspberry Pi people don't support you anymore. They certainly don't. Yeah, they were sending out a lot. Whatnot? Yes, Squidward tentacle. I almost said something else there. My bad. My cursor was over the end there, and I was going to fill that in differently. Squidward tentacles, whatnot. Yes, that is the platform. Yeah, so I did some videos talking about Raspberry Pi, and I know they sent out stuff to YouTubers to, get people hyped up for the Raspberry Pi 5, and I was left off of that list, even though I requested one. But that's okay. I was critical of them, so I wasn't unfairly critical of them though. How old is your daughter? She is 4. Found this channel from the Retro Beast video. Awesome. Yeah, I like Retro Beast stuff. The only thing I've said is that he updates sometimes too much because it changes the product too rapidly. It's not something I've had an issue with, but I got banned from making Amazon for off-color jokes. Well, you gotta be careful with Amazon. They're a big company, and they're worried about every little thing. Everybody's worried about stuff, especially if you have sponsors and all that stuff. You have to be on your best behavior, I suppose. I was watching. Anybody watch Theo Vaughn on YouTube? Or obviously he's beyond just YouTube, but I was watching his. I guess it's a podcast, but if you're watching on YouTube, is it really a podcast or is it just a video that goes along with it? I don't know. Anyways, I was watching his video with Dana White, and it quickly turned into like this bashing of Peloton, who was a sponsor of Theo Vaughn, and I guess he had somebody on that they didn't approve of, and they were all upset about it, so they wanted him to take it down. It was this big whole ordeal, but the whole episode turned into this like bashing of Peloton, and Dana White pulled all the Pelotons from the UFC headquarters. It was this really interesting, even if you're not into UFC or Dana White or Theo Vaughn, it's just this really interesting and insightful episode where they talked about, deals that get made behind the scenes between YouTubers in his case, but brands in general who have to deal with other people. It's just this really interesting sort of saga, I suppose. All right. What emulator? Sorry. I know you asked that a couple times and it keeps jumping on me. So let me locate that comment again. And I'm not sure that I had a good answer for you, but I'm trying to find your comment again. What emulator I think you meant will you use for Mach 3 and Firefox? Mach 3. Hold on. See if I can get the name of it. You're talking about the original Firefox. I don't have it in front of me right now. I forget what I used for that collection. Shoot me an email, and you can go through the contact page on my website, and I'll try to find that for you. If a person 20 time zones away knows you are famous, dude. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. RC from NYC. How's it going, bud? Good evening over here. 100% true. Dana tossed them in the trash, but Dana did not sip a Bud Light. Yeah, he talks about Bud Light. I guess I'm indifferent on all of that, but Dana White isn't afraid to speak out on anyone or anything. Yeah, whether you like him or you don't, or agree with him or you don't agree with him, he certainly does not give a damn. And I think that's an admirable quality, especially in this day and age where everybody is scared of everything. So, me personally, I try to stay neutral and not make waves and rock the boat. But yeah, I have a lot of respect for Dana White in that regard, for sure. How's the stream going? It's going. We're winding down. Just finishing up. Probably do a couple more minutes, and then we're all done. But if you came in late to this, you can play it back. It does save as just like a regular video. I think it's in a different category here on the channel, but you can always go back and watch this from the beginning if anybody wants to. And I was thinking about editing some of like the little clips of this into either short form content or, if I ever am talking about, or answering a question that a lot of people have, I might end up cutting little bits of this and creating smaller videos and stuff. He has so many messages to get through. Yeah, it did. Kevin, yeah, I'm struggling to this thing kind of jumps, so it'll like load in, I think 20 messages, and then it'll like jump again. So if I'm answering a question or I'm trying to read a question, sometimes it jumps and I can't locate it again. So I do apologize for that. And thank you, Kevin, for clarifying that as well. Excuse me, but who won? Yes, I'll name the winners here. So Anthony Savala won the wireless HDMI transmitter and receiver. And let me go back here. Kevin Takai won the AceMagician mini PC. And Ilker, let me look up his last name. He was in the live chat tonight. Ilker Yaldas won the Miyoo Mini Plus, and he's in Turkey, it seems. MAME for Firefox game. There you go. Is that I was thinking of a different version of the game, though. And I guess you could use some of the other MAME ones, because there's a bunch of different MAME emulators. I was thinking of a different one that I use, but you could certainly go with that one. Christmas came early, yes. And we'll be doing the same thing next week. I didn't hype up next week as much for everybody, but we're going to do at least 3 giveaways next week as well. So same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll do a video probably in the next day or two announcing exactly what I'm giving away. But one of those will be the mini PC that I reviewed. I think it was yesterday. And that was a really powerful mini PC. You can get into AAA games. So we've been fortunate enough to see a lot of really high-end mini PCs come through, which has been great. I, of course, love the budget-friendly options, too, for those that don't want to spend an arm and a leg, and I certainly relate to that, but I like having, a little bit of each thing. Hershey, PA. I went to, when was that? 2011. I think it was 2011. I went to Farm Aid there at the stadium. Good times. Hopefully my Ambernick gets here soon. Which Ambernick did you get? I have 2 Ambernicks coming in. I'm going to do like a comparison video with. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully in the next week. I'm Jatin or Yatin. Please butcher my name. I need help with pronunciations. I don't even know how to attempt your last name. I'll be perfectly honest. Blatia. I don't know. Please butcher my name. That's a weird request. I like it, though. RC from NYC. Yes, you can. He has an Office mini PC with dual boot setup. Main SSD has Windows, and the second SSD has Batocera. Yeah, actually, I talked about that in my video yesterday, where not all mini PCs have the ability where you can actually connect a internal SSD or an additional internal SSD. Some do, some don't. But the one that I will be giving away next week has that ability. And you can always just go external on those as well. So even if you have a really compact mini PC that just has room for whatever comes on its stock, you could bring things in externally. So lots of options there. I'm cheap when it comes to handhelds. Powkitty X55. Nothing wrong with that. I've been very open about. I had a Steam Deck and I got rid of it because I wasn't using it. So I prefer a budget friendly option for handhelds as well, and I don't need super high end performance. I'm happy to dive into honestly classic arcade and Super Nintendo and stuff like that. Like anytime I have a handheld, even if it has advanced capabilities and performance, I find myself in like Donkey Kong Country, something that's very basic and doesn't take much to emulate. So I'm with you there. You have Cricket World Cup in USA next year. Go try it out. I'll have to do that. Jatin Blatia. See, I'm still jacking it up. I also want to play Steam games on Battlestar 38 as well. I'm using Intel i5 CPU. Well, it looks like a pretty solid setup there. I haven't done. You're using Steam Link for that to go through Battlestar. If you have the ability to go through Windows, I think you'd probably have better experience there. But I haven't done anything with the Steam Link in a number of years, so the capabilities might be really good now. When I was using it, was very limited. So some don't boot from SSD. If an older BIOS, you can get into boot. Yeah, Kevin always has that. I always shout Kevin out because he has great information and insight. Far better than I do, in all honesty. I've figured out what I've figured out from trial and error and banging my head against the wall for hours on end. I feel like Kevin just knows everything naturally, and he's so clear and precise with everything. I have the utmost respect for you, Kevin. He's a secret, yeah. Mobile decay, yeah. I downloaded Battlestar 38 for a mini PC. How do I install Wii emulation on Battlestar? It should be ready to go by default. I mean, I've updated to Battlestar 38, but I don't know if I've installed fresh Battlestar 38. At least in previous versions, it was ready to go. You just had to literally drop the ROM files in place. I'll have to look into that though if it's more involved now. I haven't done as much with like the setup side of Battlestar lately. Digitizer, yeah, those are all pretty much my go-tos as well. Just catching up on these. Sorry, guys. He's also good at sending emojis. There you go. I thought I saw a tattoo on your neck. It was a smudge on my screen. Yeah, I don't have anything on my neck. Not too far off, but my Battlestar 36 now upgraded to 38 on 2 terabyte external, but waiting for 2.5 SSD to come on sale on Amazon. Yeah, SSDs have just jumped in price. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I quoted something, like a price for, I think it was a 4 terabyte, and it's way more expensive than it was even a month ago. The Miyoo Mini went to Ilker Yaldas, who was in the live chat here not too long ago. Could you do a mini PC with the game setup preloaded so you just need to add ROMs? The game setup preloaded. Like adding Battlestar to it? Yeah, I suppose. And then people just add their own ROMs? Yeah, I don't think there's anything controversial about that. They'll drop in January, February. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And I know a lot of like with the mini PCs, we've had really great price points lately, but a lot of the inventory has dropped down. So now prices are going back up, obviously because of the holidays too. But I know inventory is sparse in some cases. So yeah, supply and demand paired with the holiday rush for sure is definitely skyrocketing everything. Even mini PCs, like in the last couple days, the prices have gone up really quickly on them. So I suppose that's how it goes. Can you make videos step by step? How emulation? Yeah, I've done a lot of tutorial videos here on the channel. It's just the older stuff, but yeah, I mean, I certainly could do more of that for sure. You pronounce my name all right. Y'all. Okay, Yaldas, Yaldash. I'm learning. I'm learning things. Well, if you win again, hopefully I'll be better at saying your name. And we do have a history of multiple of winners winning multiple times. In fact, the first giveaway, both mini PCs went to this same guy that won both, and he was actually in the live chat here um, earlier too. Sorry, bro, but is it too late to enter the giveaways? Yeah, I did the giveaways already, but we have more next week, every Friday. So stay tuned for those. I'll announce them probably tomorrow night or Sunday night. I'll announce the next batch. So you'll have another chance at those. And I have a really cool mini PC coming out too. That, in my opinion, is better than the one tonight. So just don't tell who won the mini PC tonight. Let me see. Kevin. Just don't tell Kevin. Personal preference. Just it actually performance wise, they're comparable, but next week's is more compact. So I like a smaller mini PC if possible, as long as it's not going to lose. As long as there's not going to be a drop off in performance. I don't have anything to play like you guys. I'm here for the info. Nothing wrong with that. Just start somewhere. Try to join the live streams, but it's a bit too late to me. Well, I appreciate. Excuse me. My voice is starting to disappear on me. I appreciate you spending the time tonight for sure. Definitely worked out for you too. So I'll send you an email. Actually, I think you're the only winner that was in the live chats tonight, but I do have your email. I have it right here, so I'll email you either later tonight or first thing in the morning tomorrow. Use a phone emulator. Yes, you can do that if you have decent smartphone. That's definitely a great option. There's some pretty budget friendly options out there though. We're in a pretty cool time with stuff not being ridiculously priced. At least, I mean, you can even get something for under $100, honestly. If you weren't going to use your phone, but you're going to have some limitations with performance and capabilities. But for the most part, you'd still be able to get your foot in the door with emulation. So something to work towards and look forward to. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. We've been going for what, an hour 23. That's pretty good. It was a blast. Definitely stay tuned because I'm going to announce. Actually, let me just wait. I'm going to wait 40 seconds because some of you guys are in an ad right now. I just got the notification here. I want to say this so everybody hears it. Check there's no password on the BIOS. Good info. Eclipse on your iPhone. That's a good one. I tried Retrobat and it didn't work. And I just lost that message now. Retrobats, I like Retrobat. I like Batocera better, but they're comparable in their setups. So yeah, I was saying I'm gonna let you guys go and we're gonna end the live for tonight, but I wanted to wait because I know some people were in an ad there. I just got the notification. But stay tuned because hopefully tomorrow, if not tomorrow, it'll be Sunday night. I'll announce the next batch of giveaways for next Friday, and it'll be same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the channel. I'll be announcing all the winners live, just like we did tonight and last week and the week before that. And we have I'll give you guys a sneak peek now. We have a mini PC. It's the one that I reviewed yesterday. And I'll throw in some other stuff too. So we'll have at least 3 giveaways. Maybe we'll do some bonus ones, and maybe I'll do one just kind of live with you guys in the live chat. Just thinking about that too. It's just a little bit tricky, but maybe what I'll do is this is actually a pretty good idea. I'll set up a giveaway and I'll just put the link in the live chat. So it'll be kind of a cool way to do something kind of right there on the spot. And you won't have to compete with all the other people that enter and then don't show up for the live. So maybe we'll do something fun like that as well. So we'll keep it interesting and try to grow this little by little with the giveaways. And it's been a cool vibe in here talking with all you guys and answering questions. And if I didn't answer your questions, save them for next week. I know a few people said that I wasn't responding to their questions. Just bear with me. It's a challenge to manage this because so many comments come in and they actually jump on my end. So I think there's a little delay on my side when a lot of people are writing in at the same time. It'll just kind of lag there for a minute, and then I'll get like 20 messages at the same time. So if they're longer questions, it is a challenge for me to kind of keep up with everything. But thank you guys so much. I enjoy doing this. It's something to look forward to every Friday night. So thank you guys for the continued support on here. It really does mean the world to me. So we'll keep doing the giveaways every Friday. I don't see any end in sight for that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you guys next week. But again, stay tuned for the announcement for exactly what I'm giving away next week, probably tomorrow or Sunday. Hope everybody has a great night. Thanks for hanging out. I will catch you guys later.